Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Mahāparinibbāna Sutta, the Buddha's last days, part 17. The Buddha stayed in Bhoga city according to the Buddha's wishes. When the Buddha was living at Bhoga city, the Buddha also taught about Sila Samadhi Piññas to all of his disciples, especially Bhikkhu Sangha. The Buddha continued to continued to go to power cities from Bhoga city. There's also one mango garden monastery near Bhain power cities, offered by Chonda, goldsmith sons, rich persons. Chonda, goldsmith son, when he met the Buddha as the first times, after listening to the Buddha's Dhamma talk, he became Sotapanna. Then he have unshakable faith in the Buddha's dispensation. That is why he offered this mango gardens to the Buddha. He also built very big monastery in his mango garden. When the Buddha reached this mango garden near the power city, the Buddha also stayed in this monastery, this mango garden monastery offered by Chonda, goldsmith's son. When the Buddha was dwelling at mango garden monastery near the power city, then Chonda also went to the Buddha. Then he paid homage to the Buddha. Then the Buddha also gave Sananumorana talk to Chonda. After listening to the Dhamma from the Buddha, he invited the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sanghas to his house tomorrow for alms food. The Buddha also accepted his invitations. Then Chonda prepares the special alms food for the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha. What is special alms food? You know, Kumārābhivaṃsa. Kumārābhivaṃsa meat like jambak with the pork. They cook the rice with the pork. Then this one is maybe forest pork. The pork, you know, the not so young and not so old. The pork is like middle age, strong age. They find such kinds of pork. Then they also cook the rice, mixing with the pork, the special food. The next morning, the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha also went to his house for alms food. When the Chonda informed the Buddha the alms food is ready, then the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha went to his house for alms food. Then the Buddha asks, you know, Kumārābhivaṃsa, the rice mixed with the pork. Chonda, please offer this alms food mixed with the pork to me. The rest of the other food, then you should offer the other foods to the other Bhikkhu Sangha. Then the Buddha have only this, the alms food mixed with the pork, forest pork, wine. After wine meal, The Buddha, that's one reason. One reason. Then the Buddha only have this, the ants food mixed with the pork. The Buddha didn't allow for the other bhikkhus to eat this ants food mixed with the pork. After having the ants food, then the Buddha also asked the remaining, the remaining ants food mixed with the pork to bury in the bed. According to the Buddha's instruction, Chonda, rich person, also bury the remaining ants food mixed with the pork. Then the Buddha says, if someone eat, Brahma or Deva or Mara or human being, then they will not digest. Why? Only the Buddhas can get the digestions by eating this ants food mixed with the pork. Why? This is the last meal for the Buddha. Because of this reason, many Deva from the ground, many Deva from the sky, they also put their oja, nutritive essence into this as food mixed with the pork. That is why only Buddha can digest by eating this meal. If other people or Deva eat this meal, this food, then they will not get digestions. That is when the Buddha didn't allow other bhikkhu sanghas to eat this ants food. Then the Buddha also gave Anumorana thought to Chonda families. After that, the Buddha went back to Mango Garden Monastery. When he reached the Mango Garden Monastery, the Buddha have, diarrhea, the bloody diarrhea. Actually, because this is the Buddha's last day, even, the Buddha will take Parinibbāna, the last watch of the night, but he is still having the journey. The Buddha was still walking on the way to the Kusinara city. That is when the Buddha have the bloody diarrhea. Not because of Chonda's food, but seeing this passage, some criticize the Buddha passed away because of eating the pork offered by Chonda. Not because of this. Actually, commentary mentions if the Buddha didn't eat this ants food mixed with the pork offered by Chonda, then the Buddha will not have enough energy to go to Mala, the Kusinara cities. That is why, but after eating the milk offered by Chonda, the Buddha have enough energies to go. Although the Buddha didn't eat this food, sure he will have such kinds of disease in his body because this is his last day. The diarrhea, bloody diarrhea. Then many other people criticize this one. The Buddha passed away because of eating the pork offered by Chonda. It is only just a criticism from the other religions. It is not correct. Is it? If the Buddha, for example, the ants food mixed with the pork, if the Buddha allow other bhikkhu sangha, other people to eat, then what will happen? They will also, because of no digestion, even they may die, not sure. many Deva put their nutritive essence, their food, Deva food, into this milk for the Buddha. They also wish to offer their food, nutriments to the Buddha as last offering. That is when they bought many Deva Sutta, Deva's food into the Buddha's food. That is why nobody can digest. If they have no digestion, then they will have many troubles. That is when the Buddha didn't allow. But Buddha can digest by eating this Deva Sutta. After eating, the Buddha have energies, although he has bloody diarrhea. That is when the Buddha continued to go to Kusinara from the power city. You know, although the Buddha one thing me, if the Buddha allow this unspooled, if the Buddha allow other bhikkhu sanghas to eat this unspooled, then they will have a kind of troublesome. Then at that time, even they may pass away. Then many people will criticize later. Oh, the Buddha does not know by eating this unspooled. Then many bhikkhu, many people die. If the Buddha know, and he will inform his disciples not to eat, but he had no knowledge. That is why he didn't prevent his disciples not to eat this unspooled. They will criticize later. That is why, to be able to prevent this criticisms from others, the Buddha didn't allow his disciples to eat this unspooled. Oh, this is the explanation. Then you will understand. If some people from other religions criticize you, your Buddha passed away because of eating the pork, then he has bloody diarrhea. That is why he passed away, not because of this. Is it? Then you will understand. Then the Buddha asks Bhikkhu Sanghas, Venerable Anandas together with Bhikkhu Sanghas to continue to go to Kusinara city from Pawa city. Then the Buddha and all Bhikkhu Sangha also went to the Kusinara city from Pawa city. Then, because of the bloody diarrhea, the Buddha has not enough energy, and the Buddha don't have too much energy. Is it? Although this is the Buddha's last day, if someone is the Buddha, someone's last day, what will happen? Even they cannot wake up, is it? But the Buddha is still walking to the Kusinara from our country. When the Buddha was tired, the Buddha asked Venerable Ananda to, to separate his double robe by 4 layers. Then Venerable Ananda also prepared the Buddha's seat. The Buddha, he separates the Buddha's double robe under the very big tree. Then the Buddha sat down there. When the Buddha was sitting under that tree, then the Buddha asked Venerable Ananda to find the water, to take the water from the small stream. Then Venerable Ananda asks, Venerable Ananda also replied, Bhante, 500 bull cats just pass over the small stream. There's also not so many water in the small stream. That is why the water are very dirty in this small stream. Then please wait for a while. If we continue to go a little bit far away from here, then there's a Kaguda river. Then Kaguda river is very large. There are also a lot of clean water, clear water, and purified water. At that time, you can drink the purified and clear water in this river. Although Venerable Ananda asked the Buddha continue to ask Ananda, Ananda, go and take the drinking water. I want to drink. I am thirsty. Then Venerable Ananda also requested the Buddha for the second time. The Buddha also asked Venerable Ananda to go and take the water to drink for the third time. At that time, Venerable Ananda went to the small streams to take the water. Venerable Ananda thought the water from this small stream will be very dirty, very unclear. But when he reached there, the water from small stream are very clear, very pure. There's no dust. Okay, no, it is not dirty with the mud, etc. Not muddy water. Although 500 bull cats passed over the stream recently. Then Venerable Ananda Venerable Ananda was very happy with this condition. Then he also took the water from the small river with the Buddha's bowl. Then he returned to the Buddha and he says, Bhante, it is very wonderful. The Buddha is very powerful. Although 500 cats just passed over the small stream, although the water are not so many there in these small streams, now because of power of the Buddha, water in this small river is very clear, very pure. Bhante, please drink the pure water. He offered the pure waters to the Buddha, clear water to the Buddha. Then the Buddha also drank the water offered by Venerable Ananda. Then the Buddha, after resting under the tree beside the rope to the Kusinara, then the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha continued to go to Kusinara. At that time, they also they reached the Kakuta River. Then in the Kakuta River, when the Buddha was staying under the trees together with the Bhikkhu Sanghas, at that times, Pokusa is the prince of the one of the princes from Kusina, Mala countries. According to the country's conditions, they are like they become a kings in this country alternately, according to the selection. This is like democracies. Not only one king, they can be the kings according to the selections of the country people. Then Pokusa is also one of the princes in this country. But at that time, he was not a king. When they are not a kings in their countries, what they are doing, or they do a kind of trading. They are doing their own business. That times, Pokusa also, Pokusa was not a king in this Mala country. That is why he was trading with the 500 bullocks. Then bringing many goods from the Kusinara, Mala countries. They came to the power cities for the trading. Then he also saw the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sanghas beside the rope. The Buddha was sitting under the tree together with Bhikkhu Sanghas, many countless numbers of Bhikkhu Sangha, is it? Then Pokusa prince approached the Buddha and he had conversation with the Buddha. What is his conversation? Bhante, one day I came to power cities from the Kusinara along the ropes together with 500 bullocks. But what he says is one man. Actually, he referred to himself. One man's me. Then, Alara Hamid was also sitting under the tree. Then I approached him. This man approached him. Then he asked one question to Alara Hamid. Bhante, did you know the 500 cats just passed over along the rope nearby you? Did you see? Then I didn't see any cats pass by me. Then he continued to ask, Bhante, did you hear the sound of the cats pass over nearby you? Then he also answered, I didn't hear any sound. Then he continued to ask, Bhante, were you sleepy at that time? No, I'm not sleeping. I was not sleeping. Then do you have awareness? Do you have consciousness at that time? He also answered, yes, I have awareness. I have consciousness. I have perceptions. Then this man says, oh, Hamid, easy ascetics are very wonderful, very amazing. Although 500 cats pass over nearby them, they don't see, they don't hear. They don't hear. So now you see, although you don't see, you don't hear the 500 cats pass over nearby you, but there are a lot of dust on your rope. Your rope is dirty with the dust. Then the man, the Bogusa prince automatically understood. Or this Hamid, this ascetic was entering into Samapati. That is why the ascetics, Hamid, are very wonderful. They can stay with their jhana attainment peacefully. I have such kinds of conversation with the Alara Hamid Bhante. When he have conversation with the Buddha in this way, he is also presents his teacher Alara's Hamid's attainment. At that time, the Buddha also says, "Oh, Bhikkhusā, one didn't know, didn't hear, didn't see, didn't hear, or didn't know, although 500 cats pass over nearby because of his attainment. Then the other one does not didn't see, didn't know, although he has awareness. When the Sandabu, light heavy rains also come, lightning also flashed, Sandabu also crashed. Then which one is more difficult to do? Or which one is more wonderful? Then Bhikkhusā answer, Bhante, the other ones, although there's a heavy rain, although there are a lot of lightnings, although there are a lot of thunderbolts, but he does not see and he does not know, although he has awareness. Then this one is more difficult to do. Then the Buddha says, sure, I have this kind of experience. I have this kind of experience. One day, the Buddha stayed in Atuma, near Atuma city. The Buddha stayed in the small hut made of straw. Made of that straw hut. Then the Buddha entered into the flat Samapati, then stayed there. Then one day, during this time, the heavy rains also fall. Then a lot of lightnings also flashed. Then Thunderbolt also crashed. Then what happened? Then because of Thunderbolt, the two farmer brother and 4 oxen died. Because of this, many people from Atuma city come out and gather to this place. Then they are talking about this, the 2 farmers and 4 absents, when they died. At that time, the Buddha was also walking in front of the small hut. Then one man approached the Buddha. Then he asked, the Buddha asked this man, "Oh man, there are many people nearby here. Why they are gathering here?" Then he answered, "One day, just now, very heavy rain falls, and also a lot of lightning flashed. Then because of thunderbolt, 2 farmer brothers and 4 absents died here. That is why they are gathering here. Then one day, you didn't see this one?" "No, I didn't see." The Buddha answers to this man. "One day, you didn't hear any sound?" "I didn't hear any sound." Is it? Then one day at that time, were you sleeping? "No, I'm not sleeping. I was not sleeping." "Do you have awareness at that time?" "Yes, I have awareness." Then this man says wonderfully, "Oh, the bhikkhu, the Buddha was very wonderful. Although there are a lot of heavy rains, a lot of lightnings, a lot of thunderbolts, the Buddha didn't know they can stay with his attainment peacefully." Then he says in this way. Then when the Buddha answer in this way, then Pokusa Prince also revere the Buddha. He respects the Buddha more than his teacher Alara Hamid. Alara Hamid. Is it? Then after listening to the Buddha, after having the conversation with the Buddha, because he also says, "One day, please recognize me as your disciple. I will take the 3 refuges for my whole life." After that, then he also offer 1 set of the golden color clothes to the Buddha. Then the Buddha receives one robe. Then the Buddha also asks hands to offer 1 robe to Venerable Ananda. Then, because of the Buddha's instructions, then he also offer 1 clothes to Venerable Ananda. Actually, the Venerable Ananda never receives any requests from the Buddha. If someone offer any requests to the Buddha, then the Venerable Ananda already requested from the Buddha not to give any requests to him. Otherwise, other people will criticize him. He is taking care of the Buddha. The Buddha, he is the Buddha's attendant, because he will take care of the Buddha because he obtained many requests from the Buddha. In this way, other people will criticize. Then they will accumulate a lot of akusala. That is why Venerable Ananda knew this condition, and since beginning, before the Buddha's attendant, then Venerable Ananda requested from the Buddha not to give any requests received by the Buddha. But this is the Buddha's last day. Then if that is why his duty already finished to the Buddha, will finish very soon. Already reached up to the top. That is why then Venerable Ananda received 1 golden clothes offered by this Pokusati according to the Buddha's instructions. Another reason is, if the Venerable Ananda didn't accept this golden clothes offered by the Pokusa Prince according to the Buddha's instruction, what will happen? What will happen means many people also will criticize with another way. What is another way? Although the Venerable Ananda served the Buddhas for 25 years continuously, maybe the Buddha was not happy with his service. That is why the Buddha didn't give any requests to him. Then at that time they were criticized. Is it? He didn't give any requests from the Buddha. Then to be able to avoid such kinds of criticism, the Venerable Ananda received the golden clothes offered by Pokusa princess, Pokusa prince, according to the Buddha's instruction. Then this is another reason. Another reason is when the Buddha encouraged Pokusa to offer one golden clothes to Venerable Ananda. This is out of confessions for Pokusa prince. When he offered this golden clothes to Venerable Ananda, then then they also offers to the Sanghas. This also offered to the Sangha, then he will be beneficial with this offering. Another thing, the Buddha also knew, although he offered this golden clothes to Venerable Ananda, he will not wear this clothes for himself, then he will offer to the Buddha. Because of this reason, the Buddha also asked Pokusas to offer one golden cloth to Venerable Ananda. Oh, this is the explanation of commentary in this. Then after that, the Buddha, at that time, the Buddha already washed, the Buddha already take bath in the Kakuda river. Then because of this reason, the Venerable Ananda also Venerable Ananda also tries to wear this golden clothes on the Buddha's body. Then one is like underwear. One is the upper robe. Making this, Venerable Ananda arranged to wear those one set of clothes, two robes on the Buddha's body. Then at that times, the Buddha's body become very bright, then brighter than the other times. Many rays come out from the Buddha's body. Then when the Venerable Ananda saw this condition, then the golden clothes, although it is very bright, golden robes are very bright, but compared to the Buddha's body is brighter than this golden robes. That is why when Venerable Ananda saw this condition, Venerable Ananda also praised the Buddha. Bhante, your body is very bright, not like the other times. The many rays and many, the radiance come out from the Buddha's body. Buddha's body. Then the Buddha's body. Then at that time, the Buddha answers Venerable Ananda. Ananda, there are two occasions. The Buddha body, in the two occasions, Buddha body is brighter than the other times. What are the two occasions? When the Buddha attained enlightenment on this day, the Buddha body is very bright, brighter than the other times. Then the day the Buddha will take final Parinibbāna, then the Buddha body is also brighter than the other times. In these two occasions, in these two times, the Buddha body is brighter than the other times. The Buddha answers to Venerable Ananda. Then at the time, what happened? When the Buddha body is brighter than the other time in these two times, these two occasions, because of special food and because of strong piti somanasa in his mind. Piti somanasa in his mind. Is it? Then, for example, when the Buddha became enlightenment, before the Buddha's enlightenment, Sujata, Upasaka, Upasika, she offered the mixed rice to the Buddha. Then by eating this mixed rice, the Buddha has enough nutriment in his body. Then his mind is also very clear, full of piti and somanasa in his mind. Because of this reason, he has enough energy because of the mixed rice, because of ahara nutriment. Then by eating this, the Buddha became enlightenment. Then the Buddha also reflect, he destroyed all defilements. Since beginningless samsara, the defilements, kilesa is going along the samsara constantly without destroying. But when the Buddha became enlightenment, the Buddha's Arhata path knowledge completely destroying all defilement. When he reflect on this condition, the Buddha has very strong piti and somanasa because of special food, because of nutriment, and also because of strong piti and somanasa. Then the Buddha body was very bright after becoming enlightenment. That is one time. Another time also in the same way, because of ants food mixed with the pork offered by Jungda, Gosmith's son. Then after eating this food, the Buddha have enough nutriment in his body. Then his body is also, then when he have enough energies, then he also have piti and somanasa, strong piti and somanasa. Then Chaitan Pasidati, if his mind is, very clear, then clear mind will produce clear Chaitajarupa, mind produce materiality in his body. Because of this reason, when the blood are clear in his body, then all of his sense faculty in his body become very bright and very clear. Because of this reason, the Buddha body is very bright and clear on this day. Is it? Then the first day is because of Kilesa Parinibbāna. The Buddha destroy all defilements completely without remainder. That means Kilesa Parinibbāna, the complete cessation of Kilesa, defilements. Then during the enlightenment day, then this is Mahāparinibbāna. Then very soon the Buddha will take final Parinibbāna without any five aggregate remainings. There will be Khanda Parinibbāna. Is it? Khanda Parinibbāna means then the complete cessation of five aggregate without remainder, without any remainings. This is Amata Mahanibbāna on this day. That is why the Buddha body was very bright on those two occasions. Okay, two reasons is because of special food, and another reason is because of strong piti somnasa in his mind. Because of these two reasons, the Buddha body was very bright. That is why tonight, during the last watch of the night, I will take final Parinibbāna, Ananda. That is why the Buddha body is very bright. The Buddha body is brighter than the other time. The Buddha answers Venerable Ananda. Then what will happen? Then the Buddha continued to the Buddha continued to go to the Kusinara, Kusinara from the power country, Kusinara from the rope, under the rope, under the tree. Then they reached the Kaguda river. Then the Buddha was also taking a shower, taking bath in this Kaguda river. The Buddha also drank the water from the Kakuta river. After that, the Buddha also asked Venerable Chonda, please suppress the develop under the Bodhi tree. I want to rest for a while. And the Buddha asked Venerable Chonda. At that time, Venerable Ananda was watching the Buddha's, bathing robe. That is why he remained in the Kakuta river. After resting for a while, then the Buddha and Bhikkhu Sangha, when the Buddha was resting under the tree beside the rope, at that time the Buddha says to Venerable Ananda, Ananda, then you should inform the Chonda not to regret. If he does not know the proper reasons, correct reasons, he may regret in the future. The Buddha take final Parinibbāna, the Buddha passed away because of the food, the mess with the pork offered by me. He ate this food mixed with the pork offered by me. That is why he take final Parinibbāna. He passed away. He may regret because of others. Other people also may criticize in this way. At that time, he was here, then he will regret with his offering. Actually, not because of his food and take final Parinibbāna. This is natural. The Buddha already announced since 3 months ago. Is it? Not only 3 months, about 10 months ago, I will take final Parinibbāna or something like this. Is it? A few months later, then not to regret with his offering, then the Buddha also asked Venerable Ananda to inform Chonda not to regret with his offerings. Why? And by saying, you are very lucky, you could offer the Buddha's last meals to the Buddha, or you should encourage in this way. Then, there are 2 meals. Like just now, the Buddha body was brighter than the other time. There are 2 occasions. The Buddha body is brighter than the other times. In the same way, there are also 2 males, more fruitful than the other males. The Buddha, during the Buddha's 45 years, many devotees offer many food to the Buddha. Then they are also beneficial. But compared to the two males, these 2 males are more beneficial than the other males. Their result is higher than the other males during the Buddha's life. What are they? Sujata. They are the same result. They can obtain the same results during the enlightenment of the Buddha. Before enlightenment of the Buddha, Sujata offer, mixed rice to the Buddha. Sujata Upasika thought this is the, Sujata Upasika thought this is the Deva, Rokha Deva. Because she got the baby. According to her wishes, then she also, according to her promise, she also arranged the mixed rice to offer to Rokha Deva. That time, Bodhisattva was sitting under the tree. Then she thought this is Rokha Deva. Then she offered this mixed rice together with the cup to the Bodhisattva. Then by eating this mixed rice, what happened? The Buddha became enlightenment. After becoming enlightenment, the Buddha stayed under the trees for 49 days without eating any food. Only one means the Buddha can stay for 49 days without eating any food. Then he only just stay with the Phalasamappati attainment under many trees like banyan tree, bodhi tree, etc. Is it? Then that is why this may is also very beneficial, very good result, high results compared to the other times. Why? By eating Sujata Upasika's meals, the Buddha took Kilesa Prinibbāna. Kilesa Prinibbāna means the complete cessation of defilement. Then the Buddha destroyed all defilement with his Arhatapas knowledge by eating Sujata Upasika's meal. That is why this meal is also higher, the more beneficial than the other meals. In the same way, you know, the last meal is offered by Chonda Upasaka. This meal is also more beneficial than the other meals. But these two meals, why? Then by eating the last meal offered by Chonda Upasaka, he will take Khanda Prinibbāna, the complete cessation of 5 aggregate without any remainings. Because of this reason, this meal is also more beneficial than the other meal, the other food offerings. So these two meals are more beneficial than the other. The Buddha says. Why? When you say in this way, then they will be happy. The Chonda will be happy. He will not regret with his offering. Otherwise, sure, he will regret. Many people will say because of the Buddha eat the pork rice offered by Chonda, the Buddha pass away, the Buddha take final Prinibbāna, then many people will criticize. Is it? That is when the Buddha understood this condition, and the Buddha asked Venerable Ananda to inform Chonda not to regret with his offering. Actually, this is more beneficial than the other offered meal in this way. Then what is the reasons? They are, you know, these two meal before enlightenment of the Buddha and the Buddha's last day, they offer the meal. These two meal have the same result. The same result. They are the same. They are the same benefit. They have the same benefit. They have the same results. Why? Prinibbāna samadaya. Prinibbāna samadaya means the Buddha take Prinibbāna. They are the same. Taken Prinibbāna is the same. They are the same as taken Prinibbāna. Why? After eating Sujata Upasika's as food, then he became enlightenment. What happened? Then the Buddha take Kilesa Prinibbāna. He destroyed all defilements without remainder after eating Sujata Upasika's meal. Then in the same way, tonight the Buddha, tonight means the last watch of the night, the Buddha will take Khanda Prinibbāna. By eating the meals offered by Chonda. Then they are the same as taking Prinibbāna, Kilesa Prinibbāna and Khanda Prinibbāna. That is why they have the same results. Another one is a Samapatti Samadaya. Samapatti Samadaya. They are also the same as attainment, entering into the attainment. How? You know, before becoming the Buddha also contemplates vipassana. By observing all formation in the universe, the whole universe, not only the whole world, all universe. Then he reflect here, he contemplate vipassana as anicca, dukkha, anatta. Finally, the Buddha attained Arhatapas knowledge together with Sabbhinyutta Jnana. Then he became enlightenment. Is it? In the same way, tonight also before taking final Prinibbāna, Khanda Parinibbāna, the Buddha also will contemplate all formation in the universe one by one, like the same Samapati. Enter into 8 attainments one by one. Later, also will enter into the Nirvana Samapati. Finally, he will take final Parinibbāna or Khanda Parinibbāna, the complete cessation of attain Nibbana without any khanda remnants. Oh, like this. The Buddha will attain into Nibbana without 5 aggregate remnants tonight. The last watch of the night. Or because of this reason, the Buddha entered into Samapati, Jhana Samapati, Phala Samapati, and Nirodha Samapati on those 2 days. That is why the meal offered by those 2 devotees have great benefit, the same benefits, the same result. Another one is Anusarana Samataya. Anusarana Samataya, Sujata, Sujata Upasika, after offering her meal to the Bodhisattva, that time she thought this is only Deva Rokha Deva. Then she offered this meal to the Rokha Deva. But later, she will also understood, this is not Rokha Deva, this is the Buddha. The Buddha became enlightenment after eating the meal offered by me. Then by reflecting on this, then he will have a lot of piti somnasa, a lot of very strong piti and somnasa. Because of reflecting on the Buddha's quality, then that is why remembrance of the Buddha, then he will also remember the Buddha's quality after knowing these real conditions. In the same way, Chonda also, when the Venerable Ananda informed the Chonda not to regret, this is more beneficial than the other meal. This meal offered by you is more beneficial than the other meal. Then offered by the other times. Then when he knew this, then he will also reflect, I offer the meals to the Buddha. This is the last meal for the Buddha. After eating this meal, the Buddha have energy. That is why he also entered into Jhana Samapati, Phala Samapati, Nirodha Samapati. After taking his Khanda Parinibbāna, final Parinibbāna, by reflecting on the Buddha's quality, then he will also have strong piti and somnasa in his mind. Is it? Or because of this reason, they have the same result. Or the first meal and the last meal is offered to the Buddha. They have the same result. They are more beneficial than, more fruitful than the other meal offered by the other persons and the other times. This is the explanations and commentary. Okay, because of this, after informing this, by offering this, then they will also obtain the results of alms food. Then what will happen? Then the Buddha rests, and the Buddha, after informing Venerable Ananda in this way, to inform the Chonda's devotee, Chonda Upasaka. Then the Buddha continued to go to Kusinaras together with Bhikkhu Sangha. Then this is the Buddha's last day. Is it? The Buddha's last day. The Buddha will take final Parinibbāna at the last watch of the night. Okay. Maybe able to attain Nibbana like the Buddha. Is it? The first one is a Kilesa Parinibbāna, the complete cessation of Kilesa, defilements. Then the last one is Khanda Parinibbāna, the complete cessation of 5 khanda, complete cessation of all suffering. Then 2 kinds of Parinibbāna here. Then by knowing these 2 different kinds of Parinibbāna, they may be able to practice to attain those two different kinds of nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you, Sayadaw, for your teaching today. Vandami Sayadaw, I have a question about technical loophole in C. If a monastery in charge monk does not ask for donation directly from donors, but by using his power and influence in the monastery, he asks the monastery's nun and Dayaka's group to plan many ways to get many donations from many donors. Is this considered as allowable way? Are the donations received by the monastery in this way allowable to be used by that monk and the Sangha, since these are indirectly arranged by the monk? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Technical loophole in Sila. If a monastery and church monk, okay, does not ask for donations directly from donors, but by using his power, influence in the monastery, he asks the monastery's nuns, Dayakas groups, to plan many ways to get many donations from many donors. Donations, many donors. It is considered as allowable ways. But the donations received by the monastery in this way allowable to be used by this monk and the Sangha, since these are entirely arranged by the monk. Monastery and church monk does not ask for donations directly from donor, but by using his power, influence in this monastery, he asks the monastery's nuns, Dayakas groups to plan many ways to get many donations from many donors. And then some they does not know Vinaya properly, then it will be problem. But some they know the proper way of an arrangement. So if they can arrange properly, then it will be allowable for himself or for the sanghas in the monastery. Whether he properly arranged in accordance with the Vinaya or not, need to consider in this way. Is it? And that is why, okay, we can give such kinds of answers only according to the skill of Vinaya for this monk. Then if he can manage, if he can arrange properly, it will be allowable. If he cannot arrange, if he cannot manage such kinds of donation properly, then it will not be allowable for himself or the Sangha. Only just this one. Some are, okay, for example, one thing they also, we need that, just that. If you are skillful and Vinaya, even you can keep the chicken. Is it? And what is the meaning? What is the meaning? For example, there's a one chicken. The people want to eat the chicken, is it? But if he asks Kabiya to keep, Kabiya, please keep this chicken, then there will be apati. Also can be panatipada, is it? But he want to eat the chicken, then he is also skillful in the Vinaya. What will happen? Kabiya, you see this chicken is very noisy here. Then Kabiya automatically understand. Or maybe the Sero dislike this chicken, then he keep and he cook and he offer. Then even the bhikkhu can eat. The bhikkhu can eat. There's no apati for this. But this is only just say, not really. Not really. That is why if the in-charge bhikkhu is skillful in arrangement and accordance with the Vinaya, then it will be allowable. If he is not skillful in the arrangement, such kinds of thing, then it is not allowable. Depends on his skill and the arrangement.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Vandami Sayadaw, how to discern the Pachaya Sati of Aramana Pachaya?
In Pachaya Sati, usually Pachaya Sati is only just to know, not to discern. Aramana, he is discerning one object at that time. Aramana Picha and Aramana Pichopana, objects and subjects mind are connecting each other. There's a one, the sati force is there, or they are connecting each other. Objects and subjects are connecting each other with this force, this sati only. Then only just to know this one, not to discern the sati.
ဝန်တမ်းပြီးဆရာတော် most of the time we can see or hear many teachers, many bhikkhus, many teachers didn't say or didn't speak the Buddha Vachana. They will use their own way to speak, to give a talk. And after listening to their talk, it seems like the talks of the people in the world, the lay persons talks as a student. They don't know how. They don't know how to choose, how to differentiate, how to choose the contents of the dhamma. What are dhamma? What are adhamma? Because the way their teachers talks are by using the mundane world language, not the Buddha's words.
That means they wrongly teach the Buddha's teaching, but they say this is Buddha's teaching, actually not the Buddha's teaching. They mean like this?
Not directly. That means when they give the talks, when they say, they use the normal language, not the Buddha's words. Means the way they talk is like the normal people in the world, not talk as the Buddhas. So as the student, they don't know how to differentiate what are Buddha's words, what are their own words.
That's why there is when they also approach the good persons who have knowledge of it and the Tipitaka. This one, is it? They should find the Kalyana Metta, the good person. Association with good person is this one. Then good persons will give only just correct and good dhamma only, not their own idea or something like this. Then their own idea also must be in accordance with the Buddha's teaching in this way. For example, now they also ask many questions to Myanmar. Myanmar is Buddhist country. Why they are having many problems? Why they don't follow the Buddha's instruction? They are killing living beings. The Buddha teach not to kill living beings, not to steal others' property, not to do such misconduct, not to lie, not to take intoxicants, etc. Is it? But they follow or not? If they don't follow, although they say they are Buddhist, then sure they will experience suffering. But they are non-Buddhist. But they are following. They abstain from killing living beings. They abstain from stealing others' property. They abstain from doing such misconduct, lying, etc. Then what will happen? Although they are not Buddhist, they don't say they are Buddhist, but they are following what the Buddha instructed. Then they will experience many benefits, many welfare in this way. Okay? Then Buddhists or non-Buddhists, if they follow Buddha's instruction, Buddha's Dhamma, they practice, then they will experience good things. In the same way only.
Sadhu, Pandemi Sadhu, it is said Adhimokha is an important quality for meditation practice. Can Sadhu explain what Adhimokha is and how to develop this quality?
Adhimokha is the decisions. Okay? Adhimokha is the leader of the making decisions. Then they can decide. They can decide in good things. Also, the other side also bad things. For example, then he listens to the Buddha's meditation practice, the Buddha's Sila Samadhi Panya or Noble Eightfold Paths practice. Then he believed and he decided, okay, if we practice according to the Buddha's instruction, we can attain Jhana Mega Nibbāna, or he decided, is it? Or then he followed in this way because of his strong decision, Adhimokha. Then if he believe another thing, for example, by believing the God, etc., creator, then sure, then we will experience many happiness. Then they also decide. By taking this such kinds of wrong business, killing living being, we will get a lot of money. Then they will also decide. There will be, then maybe major democrat, wrong decisions. In this way, is it? This is important. Then when they make a kinds of decisions to continue their work, then some democrat, major democrat, right decision and wrong decision, they are leading. Then how to develop me? Then usually to have yonisomanasicara. To be able to have yonisomanasicara, proper attentions, wise attention, then associate with the good person and listening to the Dhamma. Is it? Then they will have yonisomanasicara, wise attention. Then practice practically. Then whatever they do, they will have right decisions, adhimokkha. Then this is development of the adhimokkha. Good qualities.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Vandami Sayadaw, during meditation, the cetana is very strong. But here, the means, what she understands about whether cetana is things, there are many thoughts. So how to overcome these thoughts that she understood as cetana?
Maybe thoughts, vitakka, is it? Vitakka? Cetana polish?
The word she used here is the cetana, cetasika, but she tried to mean the thoughts. There are many thoughts about the past and future.
Can consider. So?
How to overcome this problem?
How to overcome it? Then briefly, just now, yonisomanasicara. Whatever objects you experience, you should have proper attention. Then only kusala will arise. Akusala will not arise. These thoughts are the three evil thoughts. Kama vitakka, the thoughts regarding sensual pleasures. Vyabhada vitakka, the thoughts regarding evil, killing. Then vihimsa vitakka, the thoughts regarding harming others. It is it disturbing others, torturing others? These thoughts are usually they are called akusala vitakka. Then if akusala arises, these thoughts also associate with this akusala. But to be able to remove these evil thoughts, then trying to do kusala more and more. Then if kusala mind is arising, then kusala vitakka will associate with this kusala mind. Then for example, doing kammasara kusala offering chanting to bhikkhu sangha, then taking precepts, then you are doing kusala. At that time, there is no akusala. Then practicing meditation. Then when you become skillful, then you can stay with meditation objects most of the time. At that time, kusala chaita or kusala thoughts will not arise. Akusala thoughts will not arise. Then in this way, you can remove slowly. Finally, you attain up to jhana's concentration state. You can stay with meditation objects for a long time, etc. Then sure, kusala thoughts will not arise. Then in this way, need to practice up to realization of Nibbana. When you attain, path knowledge, mega knowledge, and flat knowledge, at that time they can completely cut such kinds of thoughts, according respectively.
Sadhu. Thank you, Sayadaw. Vandami Sayadaw, some teachers say that when we see light after practicing meditation, either a round spot or a stick of light, we should still focus on the breath until the light becomes stable. Some teachers say when we see light, we should immediately focus on the light. What is Sayadaw's suggestion?
When you see the light, if you immediately focus on the light, then the light will disappear. The nimitta will disappear. Then if you can focus on the light, then the light also lasts for a long time. Then you can also focus on the light for a long time. It is okay. But usually, when they are practicing meditation, they have sense concentration. They can meditate comfortably and peacefully for a long time, many sessions, many days. At that time, the light starts to appear. When the light appears, if they immediately pay attention to the light, it will disappear. It will run away like this. Is it? That is why then although the light appear, you just continue to focus on your breath. At that time, your concentrations become deeper and deeper, longer and longer. Then the light also will become brighter and brighter. Then finally, you focus on the breath. Then the light also will automatically, will automatically unify with the breath. That means you cannot differentiate between the breath and very brightness. You cannot differentiate. Is it? Then you focus on the breath, then your mind automatically absorbs into brightness in this way. Then can consider this is nimitta. At the beginning, is the Ugaha nimitta, etc. Later, when it becomes mature, then it can become Patibhaga nimitta. When it is Patibhaga nimitta state, then it will not disappear easily. Although your mind also will automatically focus on the brightness. It is better.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
First question about Sujata Upasika and Chunda donations. What are the vipaka, what are the results they will obtain after offering? This is the first part of the question.
The offerings, according to Bhojana Sutta, Bhojana Sutta, if they offer Bhojana, then they are similar to offerings to the 5 things. Ayu, Wana, Sukha, Bala. Ayu, Wana, Sukha, Bala, Adipatiya. Ayu, longevity. Then they offer the answers to the Buddha here, especially the Buddha. Then the Buddha eat this food. Then because of this, if there's no nutriment in his body, then how he will have long life, etc. Everybody, Bhikkhu Sangha also the same. Then by eating this food, they have long life. Is it? That is why they are similar. They are considered offerings, longevities to the Buddha or Bhikkhu Sangha. Then in return, they can also obtain such kinds of result. They can have long life. Is it? The same way, they will have beauty. They also offer the beauties to those Buddha or Bhikkhu Sangha by eating those food. Then sure they will have enough energies and their body will be beautiful or handsome, etc. Is it? They have. Otherwise, will be thinner and thinner, etc. If there's no enough nutriment. Then they are also similar to offer, similar to offerings to the beauties. Then they will also obtain in return. They will also obtain the result of beauty in return. The same way, ayuwana, sukha, happiness, is it? Bala, energy. Ayuwana, sukha, bala, adipatiya. Adipatiya can be the chief in the community, leader in this community, in this family member, in this group, etc. Or king or president. They offer this. That's why everybody who offer this answers to Buddha, they will also obtain such kinds of benefits. But these two are special offerings to the Buddha than the other offerings. That is why they can obtain the more benefit than the other offerings or answers.
And that is the second question. When Anugaha committee want to improve the senasana of a bhikkhu, for example, during winter's time, they try to install warm cup beds on the floor, but and the devotees already make the offering to improve the senasana of the bhikkhus. But the Anugaha committee still continue to use under the name of this improving the senasana to collect more funds from the devotees. Is this is this allowable according to Dhamma Vinaya, or would this bring any result, vipaka?
No, they should be honest. If they are honesty. If they are honest with this one, it is better. Some if they do, for example, they have enough requests for this millions, they already received, but they still collecting the a lot of requests, extra requests, using this name, this millions, etc. Then if they are not honest, like they are like stealing, adinadan, they must be careful with this one. Then if a bhikkhu or teacher know, then need to prevent not to do so.
Pandamisado, when I do yellow kasina meditation, my meditation object is a light on the ceiling. I focus on the light, opening the eyes and then close it. I can see a yellow light in mind. It can be seen for a couple of minutes when repeat yellow, yellow in mind. Again, open eye to focus on the meditation object. What should be the next step?
When I do yellow kasina's meditations, my meditation object is a light on the ceiling. I focus just on the light, opening the eyes, then closes it. I can see a yellow light in mind. It can be seen for a couple of minutes when repeating. To me, for example, if this yogi is successful in anapana meditation up to 4 jhana state, based on this 4 jhana's concentration, then he or she can take the yellow kasina objects from their body. For example, there are fat, which is yellow color in their body. Is it? They can pay attention to this fat color, yellow color of the fat, or yellow color of the urine. Then they can make yellow kasina Patipaganimita objects. Pay attention the yellow color of the fat or urine, then know as yellow, pitagan, etc. It will become, when he can focus on this, it will become Patipaganimita. When it becomes Patipaganimita, can expand up to infinite universe. After extending, then just focus on one place in front of you, know as yellow. In this way, you can attain up to 8 dimensions. Okay, 4 jhana state or 8 dimensions. Then in the same way, then when this yogi is successful up to 4 jhana state, and yellow kasina taking the yellow color of fat or urine, then later, whatever yellow color this yogi take as objects, then he can make yellow kasina. He can attain up to 8 dimensions. For example, yellow flower. Pay attention, yellow flower. As pitagan, yellow, it will become Patipaganimita and expand up to infinite universe. After extending, just focus on one place in front or there and focus on this. Then when he can stay with this objects for a long time, 1 hour, 2 hours, etc. in this way, then they can attain up to jhana's concentration. Then taking the yellow clothes, yellow paper, any yellow color can be the objects of yellow kasina. Actually, light is actually considered as light kasina. Light kasina, no? Light kasina can be the light. In this way is better. But without being successful in anapana, without having any concentration, then if they directly take this one, then they pay attention this. In this way, sure, it cannot last for a long time. It will stay only yet like a couple of minutes in your mind. Then will be like this only, anytime. Then what should be next step? In this way, need to do, for example, yellow kasina, pay attention, for example, yellow flower. If you cannot see internal organ, yellow color of the flower with the open sign. Then close your eyes and pay attention this yellow color in your mind. Whether it can, you can recollect this color or not. Then if you can recollect, this is taking the yellow color from the flower. It is called Parikamma Nimitta, preliminary sign. Is it? When you close your eye and you can recollect it. You can remember this yellow color in your mind clearly, like you are watching the yellow color of the flower with open eyes. In the same way, you can also pay attention the yellow color of flower in your mind clearly. It can consider Okkahanimmita. Then you need to develop this yellow color, pitakan, yellow, pitakan, yellow. Then in this way, when you practice again and again, then it will become Patibhaganimita. It will become bright and it will last for a long time. Then when you pay attention the yellow color, then as soon as you pay attention, it will appear clearly in your mind and it will also become bright. Then you can also absorb into this bright nimitta for a long time, 1 hour, 2 hours, etc. Then later can extend up to infinite universe, internally and externally. After extending, you only just focus on one place in front of you, absorb into this particular nimitta. When you can stay with this pre-bhaganimittas for 1 hour, 2 hours, etc., long time, many sessions, many days, then even you can attain up to jhanas concentration state. If you are beginner, for the practice of yellow kasina, need to do in this way. Need to do in this. The other kasina, light kasina, also in the same way. When you see the light from the electric ball or the sunlight, etc., the same. The other color, white color, also the same. Prikama, Oka, Patibhaga. What is the next session? The next step me need to do in this way. Is it Anapana? You are practicing Anapana to be able to stay with Anapana objects for a long time, many times, deeply. Need to practice slowly, although you have many difficulty. Or in the same way, yellow kasina also need to practice in this way to have deeper and deeper concentration.
Sadhu. Sayadaw, we're at the end of the class now. May Sayadaw lead us in making aspirations and sharing merits, please.
Okay, Rabbi, after me to share your merits to all beings. Idame punya.
Idame punya.
Asawakaya.
Asawakayam.
Wahanhotu.
Wahanhotu.
Idame punya.
Idame punya.
Nibbanasa.
Nibbanasa.
Pachayo hotu.
Pachayo hotu.
Mama punya bhagam.
Mama punya bhagam.
Sabasatana.
Sabasatanam.
Bhajemi.
Bhajemi.
Te sabe.
Te sabe.
Me samam.
Me saman.
Punya bhagam.
Punya bhagam.
Labandu.
Labandu.
Sadhu.
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 Sadhu. Sadhu.